The hosts of The View have officially hit a new low, sparking outrage with their latest episode. During a discussion about Elon Musk's recent press conference at the Oval Office, the panel couldn't help but giggle and mock, not just Musk himself, but even the name of his young son, X. What was meant to be a political conversation quickly devolved into a round of cheap shots and condescending laughter, leaving many viewers questioning if the show had finally crossed a line.
Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names, okay? Okay?
Oh.
Anywho, he took little X.
Funny. A little Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram. He just took little X with him to a press conference in the Oval Office.
Whoopi Goldberg and Behar are facing intense backlash after mocking the name of Elon Musk's 4-year-old son, X, during Wednesday's episode of The View. Their controversial remarks came after Musk brought his son to a White House press conference alongside former U.S. President Donald Trump. During the discussion, Goldberg casually mentioned, "Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference." But before she could continue, Behar interrupted, questioning the child's name in a dismissive tone. In response, Goldberg quipped, "I did not name the child, and I don't want to hear any more mess about our names," which immediately drew laughter from the panel. While Goldberg attempted to move the conversation forward, Behar wasn't finished. She took another jab, adding, "and little Instagram," a not-so-subtle dig at Musk's social media platform, X, formerly known as Twitter. The moment sent the studio audience into laughter, but outside the show, the reaction was far less amused. Critics and Musk supporters quickly took to social media, slamming the hosts for ridiculing a child and turning what could have been a meaningful discussion into a segment of mockery. The exchange quickly ignited a firestorm online, with critics slamming The View hosts for their remarks. Many felt the comments were unnecessarily harsh, with some even suggesting that the mockery had a political undertone. One social media user didn't hold back, calling their comments trash, while another labeled the hosts as the absolute worst. Beyond the political debate, many were simply appalled that grown adults would ridicule a child on national television. Who shames a 4-year-old? One person asked, echoing the sentiments of countless others. Even longtime viewers of The View expressed disappointment, arguing that the show had sunk to a new low and was becoming more about mean-spirited attacks than meaningful discussion. The backlash even reached Grimes, X's mother and Canadian, musician Claire Boucher, who took to X, formerly Twitter, to share her concerns. She wrote, "He should not be in public like this," suggesting that her son should be shielded from media scrutiny. While she appreciated people bringing the situation to her attention, she found some relief in the fact that X had remained polite throughout the ordeal. Her response only fueled the debate further, as critics continued to question whether the hosts had crossed an ethical line. Online commentators wasted no time in slamming the petty remarks, with one user calling out Whoopi Goldberg directly. "Whoopi Goldberg is now making fun of Elon's kid's name, and the audience just laughs. Picking on a child, how is this acceptable?" Another commentator pointed out the blatant hypocrisy, saying, "Whoopi Goldberg mocking Elon's son's name? The same people who cry about bullying have no problem doing it themselves." Many critics argued that if the situation were reversed, with a conservative figure mocking a liberal celebrity's child, the outrage would be deafening. But Goldberg didn't stop at ridiculing a toddler. She also took aim at Elon Musk himself. During the same segment, she blasted the billionaire for his transparency in his new role as the head of Dogecoin, mocking his influence in the cryptocurrency space. Her dismissive attitude only added fuel to the backlash, with many accusing her of using her platform to attack Musk rather than engaging in a serious discussion.
I get that there's fat everywhere, and yes, we'd all like to see less of it. But what you're doing is a lot more than just cutting fat. You're giving people information that they should not have because they're not the people whose information it is.
Yeah.
So, and nobody elected you.
Yeah.
That's the part. That's the part.
One commentator fired back at Goldberg's call for censorship, challenging her stance by saying, "Whose information is it, if not the taxpayers who funded it?" The response struck a chord with many who felt that transparency, especially when it comes to publicly funded initiatives, should not be silenced or controlled by media figures. Meanwhile, Behar attempted to catch Elon Musk in a lie during the same discussion, but in an ironic twist, she ended up scoring an own goal. In her eagerness to discredit Musk, she made a claim that quickly backfired, exposing a flaw in her own argument. Instead, the moment did not go unnoticed, with viewers pointing out that The View's co-hosts seemed more interested in attacking Musk than engaging in a fact-based discussion.
2 weeks, we heard this idea that they spent $50 million on condoms in Gaza.
Right.
It's not even Gaza in the Middle East. It's Gaza in Mozambique. They didn't even know that.
And the number was wrong, too.
And then he goes on, Elon Musk goes on and said, well, I made a mistake. Meanwhile, you perpetuated the lie for the past 2 weeks, just like they did about these Haitians eating cats and dogs. Lies, and more lies, and then it goes out there.
Musk wasted no time in responding, turning the attempted takedown into an opportunity to double down on his stance. Rather than getting defensive, he used the moment to reinforce his call for reducing wasteful spending and cutting unnecessary funding across the globe. His response resonated with his supporters, who saw it as yet another example of Musk's ability to shift criticism into a broader discussion about accountability and financial responsibility. Instead of letting the View dictate the narrative, Musk flipped the script, positioning himself as a champion of transparency and efficient resource allocation.
First of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. I'm not sure we should be sending $50 million worth of condoms to anywhere, frankly. I'm not sure that's something Americans would be really excited about. And that is really an enormous number of condoms, if you think about it. If it went to Mozambique instead of Gaza, I'm like, okay, that's not as bad, but still, why are we doing that?
A Johns Hopkins commentator didn't hold back in criticizing Joy Behar, calling out her failed attempt to fact-check Musk. Joy Behar accidentally makes Elon Musk look good while absurdly fact-checking his claim about U.S. aid sending $50 million in condoms to Gaza, they remarked. But the real embarrassment? Behar and the panel didn't even realize that the Gaza in question wasn't in the Middle East, it was in Mozambique. The blunder left many viewers stunned. They didn't even know that, one critic mocked. That doesn't make it sound any better, Joy. The moment not only exposed a lack of research, but also reinforced the growing perception that The View's hosts were more interested in attacking Musk than actually getting their facts straight. Meanwhile, despite The View's disdain for Musk, former President Donald Trump had no such reservations. He openly praised Musk's efforts, commending his work in tackling inefficiencies and advocating for greater transparency, especially within the White House. While the ladies of The View might not have appreciated Musk's role in the DOJ's cleanup efforts, Trump made it clear that he did.
And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff, and I want to commend Elon because he's done he doesn't need this. He's abused by you people every day. He's found more things than anybody could find. I think he's got the credibility to do it. I know he does. And it's his group of people. They started off with 12. I call them 12 geniuses. They started off with 12, and they went to 20 and 25, and now they're up to almost 100. People are joining to help them. This is a massive fraud.
So, what do you think? Did The View cross the line by mocking Elon Musk's son? Or was it just harmless banter? And what about Joy Behar's fact-check fail? Was it an honest mistake, or proof that the hosts don't do their homework? One thing's for sure, Elon Musk isn't backing down, and this feud is far from over. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. More explosive stories are coming your way soon. See you in the next one.